If you've gone through a divorce, I just need to know, does it get easier? Does it get easier being without your kids? Because all I can do every time is cry. No matter what I do, I always end up crying the whole time. Please tell me it gets better because I can't do this.
You're a mom with all those tattoos and fake nails. Could that be a reason your kids were taken away? The amount of comments from mostly men and stupid women like this is so funny to me. I just miss my kids when they're with their dad. I never in my videos said that they don't deserve to be with their dad or anything about their dad. I never said that I cry in front of my kids when they're with me. I never do that. We do shared custody, as we should, and I'm happy to be doing that, but I miss my kids. I'm their mother. I've been with my kids 24/7 since they were born, a stay-at-home mom. I miss my kids. What is wrong with that? If I didn't miss my kids and I was running around having the time of my life without them, then y'all would have something to say about that, wouldn't you? But the fact that you think because I have fake nails and tattoos that I'm not a good mom and I should get my kids taken away, you need Jesus. Maybe don't post videos of you bawling your eyes out because you miss your kids, because the internet will rip you a new one. I do want to acknowledge comments like this, just sweet comments. I picked this one because it had a lot of likes. I'm getting insane engagement on my video that I posted yesterday. It's super embarrassing, honestly. It was cringy for me to post, but I have just been struggling so badly when my kids are with their dad. And I just genuinely was like, I need like somebody to help me. Like I need some advice. And I got that times a million, like the amount of comments on that video. And most of them are super sweet, like this one. I just want to say thank you and acknowledge that. I can't read every single comment, but I've read so many of them. And it really did help me. Like it really made me feel less alone. And I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not the only one going through divorce. I know there's people who have it way worse and people really going through it. Trust me, I know that. Doesn't change how I feel about my situation, about my kids. I just miss my kids when they're with their dad. But I was a stay-at-home mom. I was with my kids 24/7 and I freaking miss them when they are there. And I'm just not used to it. I know it's gonna be an adjustment. Reading all the comments really was super helpful.
I decided today would be a fun day to tell you guys about a date that I went on 2 summers ago, with a guy that I met on Facebook dating, which, number one, don't do that. Facebook dating is like the weirdest dating app of all time ever. But anyway, I met this guy on Facebook dating. He was quite a bit younger than me, very hot, of course, and we exchanged numbers and we started FaceTiming. The FaceTimes were good. I thought he was attractive. He looked like his photos, thank God. And we chatted, I don't know, maybe like 6 to 8 times over FaceTime before we decided to meet. So one night I'm out with my cousins in Denver and he tells me he's out at a club with his friends. It's his birthday. They've got bottle service, blah, blah, blah. So I decide to meet him for the first time, which like in hindsight was not the best environment in which to meet a date off of an app for the first time. Hindsight's 2020. So anyway, I meet this guy at the club. We hang out for a little bit. He's kind of drunk. We end up going home together. He comes over to my house because I'm sober and driving. And the next day he's going to a water park near my house, which that'll just tell you that he was maybe a little bit too young for me. Anyway, he comes over. We get ready for bed. We go to bed and we hook up. And then at some point after that, I get up and I get like a glass of water or something. So I'm not in my bedroom at that moment. I walk back into my bedroom and this man is on the phone. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, probably. And he has the phone up to his ear and very clearly is like trying to turn the volume down, but I can very obviously hear that it's a girl on the other line. And he's kind of giving her like one-word answers, but he's like fully on the phone with her. You know, it's not like he like hung up as soon as I walked in the room. He is on a phone call with this woman. So a couple minutes later, he ends the phone call. I hear her say, happy birthday or something of that nature. He says, thank you. She says, I love you. He goes, love you too. Good night, right? So I look at him and I go, did you just take a phone call with another woman in my bed after we hooked up? And he's like, oh yeah, but it's not what you think. She's just a homie from home. She's like a really close friend. She's like my sister. She's just calling because it was my birthday, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not an idiot, right? And, you know, the next day we wake up, I drop him off at the fucking water park, and I go on with my life. Well, about 2 weeks later,
I showed up at my parents' house because my baby's there. I want to see my baby because I haven't seen my baby in days. And I'm being told that I'm not going to see my baby. So I showed up at my parents' house, knock on the door. My dad answers the door with his arms crossed. He hasn't seen me in 6 months. He hasn't talked to me in 6 months. He said, can I help you? Not like that. Hold on. Not like that. Hold on. I got to show you how he did this. Because it's definitely part of it. Can I help you? I'm like, yeah, is my baby here? You need to leave. You are not allowed to be here. I'm like, I'm here to see my baby. I'm not here to see you. I'm here to see my baby. Amber, you need to go get help. You need to take care of her mental illness. Also, he's like real close to me. He's like trying to like fucking scare me, which it doesn't scare me. It just makes me sad that my dad is trying to scare me and then my dad is against me. It makes me sad. Long story short, I did not see my baby. I lost my shit. It's like screaming at the top of my lungs as if there was like a death or something. I have no regrets. I am losing my motherfucking mind. I'm doing everything I possibly can. I can only do so much because I don't have money just flowing out of my ass. I swear on my life that I will not fucking stop until I get justice for all of this. This is not fair, not just to me, but also to my baby. My baby needs me. My baby wants me. My baby loves me. And there's nothing that you can ever do to take that from her or me. I promise you there's not. If you're my soon-to-be ex-husband, this is only for you. Hey, I'm just wondering, what the fuck is your problem? If you're too scared to comment, or if you're, for legal reasons, you're not able to comment, have one of your friends or something comment, because I actually cannot wrap my fucking head around it. The only thing that seems rational to me is just to hurt me. And you're doing a good job at it. You're trying really hard to knock me down, and you do knock me down most days, but I always get right the fuck back up. None of this would be happening right now if I wouldn't have left you. I would be at home with my baby right now, and you're home. But I would be fucking miserable. Would I rather have my baby and be miserable? Honestly, I do think about it. It will be the best day of my life when I get my baby back. And no matter what, I would never teach her hate. No matter how much I fucking hate you, I will never teach her to hate. She'll figure it out on her own. Love isn't about all the materialistic things that you think it is. You're so emotionally unavailable, it's not even funny. I tried so hard to bring your heart out of you because I did see goodness in you. Thank you for teaching me a really hard lesson, but you taught me to never, ever, ever try to fix someone again. The next person that I'm with is going to bring peace into my life. Did you get the email saying that divorce will be final December 5th? That's a really long time, but I actually am really excited because 2025, I'll be able to start a new year without you, and it's going to be the best fucking year of my life. Just got to find a positive in everything,
It's kind of a long story. I'll try and see if I can fit it in 60 seconds. So we met in our early 20s. We got married at 27, and we did not have the connection and the chemistry that we should have, if that makes sense, in like the bedroom. And I married the nice guy, and he married the hot girl. And we were best friends. Got along so well. We did not fight. We got along so well. But after 14 years together, 12 years married, that lack of chemistry and connection became a huge hole in our marriage. And we filled it with other people. So it was just, our marriage had run its course, and we had our kids together, and that's awesome. And he's happily remarried, and that's great. And I'm happy for him. Okay, so my divorce post is not rare. Yeah, so did I know before I got married? Of course I did. I was 27 when I got married. I was 26 when I got engaged. Do you think you know everything in your 20s? And everyone had told me my entire life, passion fades, passion fades, passion fades. So I took that as, you didn't need it. If it fades, why do you even need it? Better off to marry the nice guy, right? I had dated all the douchebags in my 20s and had my heart broken. So I was like, I'm going to go with the nice guy. And to be perfectly honest, he'd been a nerd in high school. He'd never gotten the pretty girls. And I think he married me because I was beautiful. I am beautiful, And we were best friends. Best friends. And that carried us along for a long time.
Once upon a time, I was a good Christian girl. I got married a virgin. I went to seminary. I led Bible studies. I shared my testimony in front of thousands. I was in praise teams that sang in front of hundreds and in front of thousands. I spent all of my free time with Christians, whether studying the word with them, whether living in community with them, whether volunteering with them, setting up my church, tearing down my church, serving our volunteers. I read the Bible cover to cover. I don't appreciate the assumptions about my ignorance and or Brit's. You don't know us. You don't know our stories. I did not ask for my deconstruction. I didn't want it. Life was simpler when I saw life as black and white, good and evil, in and out. And I understand the comfort that people would draw from that. And I cannot unsee what I've seen, and I've had to go through immense therapy for my nervous system to be comfortable with the shades of gray that I am now operating in. But life is more free. Life is more loving. I feel more compassion for my neighbors globally and locally, rather than being quick to bypass their pain and assume that it is somehow their righteous punishment for their godlessness. If you can tell a tree by its fruit, the fruit of the church is rotten.
Divorced men, hear me. I need your opinion. Just come back from a date. Another divorced man, which is generally the way when you're in your 40s. So I have dated a few divorced men. But my question is this. Every man that I've met who has been married said they will not ever consider marrying again. Is this just the men that I've met, or is this a general consensus?
This is not just the guys she met, it's the reality of most divorced men. Since most usually don't have a good experience going through that process, they will do everything they can to avoid facing the same thing again. It also explains why every guy she went on a date with shared the same opinion.
What have they done to you? Some of us are lovely, and I'd love to get married. I've never been married. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but what the?
After going through a divorce, I will never risk going through that again by remarrying. It's not so much the emotional trauma, but the financial aspect. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Can't afford to lose half of half. I used to believe in marriage for love and stability, but actually, it's a financial arrangement and little else. Love and stability can exist outside of marriage. Married 25 years, and ex decided she wanted to be single again. Not going through that again. Once you divorce, you realize that marriage doesn't really add anything to a relationship anymore, and certainly doesn't make it mean more. You can show commitment in plenty of other ways.
What men most regret after divorce. Oftentimes I hear from men that they wish they had tried harder, that they threw the towel in too soon.
I don't know where she got those reasons from, but we will check the comment section and see firsthand the most common regrets guys have when it comes to divorce.
They weren't receptive to suggestions to going to therapy, and they failed to appreciate the severity of their spouse's concerns. I would encourage men to engage in thoughtful consideration prior to throwing in the towel, explore therapeutic services, and keep a candid conversation going.
Biggest regret after my divorce: getting married. Understood. However, it's not men online crying about leaving their family. My biggest regret is not getting divorced sooner. You ain't heard nothing that sound like that. The men in these comments, I just don't get it. Biggest regret was not getting a prenup. It was interesting that she came up with those reasons, but based on the comment section alone, we can't see any of them. So it's clear that she most likely used women's, thinking that we regret the same thing. But the reality is that guys have different regrets, and some stated theirs was signing that